Minasan konnichiwa und willkommen. And today I'm going to do another reading for you guys. But this time it's another Brothers Grimm classic, and that's Hansel und Gretel, known in Japan as Hansel to Gretel. So everyone in my loving community, like Wendy with an I, this video is for you. Hello, Wendy with an I here. Hi everyone, this is Maria with Maria Tortilla Story Time. Once upon a time, in the northern part of Indianapolis, Indiana, lived two small children named Hansel und Gretel, along with their father, known as the woodcutter, with the styling of Hulk Hogan. You know, well, let me tell you something, brother. What you gonna do, brother? This is for all the Hulkamaniacs out there. And an evil, nasty stepmother with the styling of B. Arthur from the Golden Girls. You know, in what, Blanche? Dog ears? Better than anyone else I know. One particular morning, the father and stepmother couldn't afford any food for the children as much themselves. Unaware to them in the hallway, Hansel und Gretel were actually eavesdropping and came up with a clever idea. By collecting pebbles nearby. So the stepmother took Hansel and Gretel to the ghetto part of the city, where a lot of rap music hangouts are usually at. Like various nightclubs. And the stepmother just left them there. But thankfully, Hansel was actually smart enough to actually use the pebbles to mark their way home. And they actually made it back by nightfall. And the stepmother was furious. You know, the Dorothy Spornak stepmother, who somewhat sounds a bit like Lady Tremaine from Cinderella, the good one. And the stepmother wanted to get rid of them again. This time, giving them a loaf of French baguette. And Hansel and Gretel thought it was going to be a perfect idea to have the French baguette as the trail back home. But unfortunately, the Khloe Kardashian crows actually ate the breadcrumbs all up. So Hansel und Gretel had no way to get back. And then, in the southern part of the city, they found a huge, ginormous gingerbread house with candy canes, licorice, gummy bears, gummy worms, sour Skittles, you name it. Even sweet tarts. But Hansel and Gretel didn't realize that the house was actually owned by a witch who looks like the cross between Kim Kardashian and Kim Jong-un, yet talks exactly like Martin Scorsese from Goodfellas, and Raging Bull, all films from 1953 on, for the past 50 years, have been made in one widescreen form or another, whether it's the 35mm or a CinemaScope or Panavision. And the witch invited them to come to her house, and eat as much as they wanted. The food that she had in the house were Wiener Schnitzel from Germany / Austria, and onigiri from Japan, with a lot of Hawaiian punch. Then she tucked them into their nice warm beds. Then the next day, Hansel und Gretel were locked up in a cage and forced to work, respectively. Because the witch was basically going to have them as her supper tonight, with a side of Kentucky Fried Chicken gravy and mashed taters.
Hansel, I don't know what we are going to do.
Gretel, don't worry about a thing. I have a perfect strategy on how we can defeat the witch. So Gretel tricked the witch into thinking that she was actually cooking in the stove. But the witch didn't realize that Gretel actually kicked the witch into the pot and burning her alive. And then Gretel grabbed the key and unlocked her brother Hansel. And they got out of there in a hurry. And they grabbed like $800 billion in the process. And they were really anxious to see their father again. But before they went to see their father, they went to the store to pick up a couple things. Gretel, being the tomboy, picked up Red Dead Redemption 2 for PlayStation 4, and the latest issues of Wonder Woman, and some issues of X-Men. And Hansel, being the foreign cuisine lover he is, picked up a lot of boxes of General Tso's chicken from Inn of Asian and Kahiki, along with some Japanese and German oriented food like onigiri and Wiener Schnitzel. And also picked up some romance novels, mostly from Germany and Japan, because he speaks fluent German and Japanese, as well as English, with some Swedish and Brazilian Portuguese, Svensk and Português do Brasil. And then they were finally reunited with their father, the Hulk Hogan woodcutter, who every Hansel und Gretel knows that he's a lover of various types of musical genres, from Ludwig van Beethoven to Peter Ilyich Tchaikovsky to the Spice Girls to the Backstreet Boys to Lady Gaga to Tennessee Ernie Ford to Eazy-E to Patsy Cline, to Frank Sinatra, to NSYNC, to Gene Autry, to Snoop Dogg, etc. But they found out that the Dorothy Spornak stepmother has disappeared and has since moved in with the Kardashians. And Hansel und Gretel and their Hulk Hogan father bought enough food to last them like years, and they lived happily ever after, por siempre felices. And that, meine Freunde, is my take on Hansel und Gretel. A truly classic tale, which has been loved for many generations. Okay, that should be enough for the video for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, comment. And as always, amigos, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen, sayonara, adios, and arrivederci. And make sure you click that bell icon so you'll get notified when I upload new videos. And I'll be back with another video shortly, so stay tuned. And take care, amigos.